What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how I got this full lace install by myself at home. I'm not a professional, I'm not a hairdresser, but I'm going to show you how I did it. Let's get to it. So first things first, I'm going to be using a Kendra's Boutique HD lace wig. All the information is going to be down below. As you can see, this wig is brown. As all wigs come, they all come brown. And as you can see here, I have a HD lace, but the knots are also a little dark. So I'm going to be lightening those so that it can look like my scalp. So to bleach the knots, I'm going to be taking some BW2 and some 40 volume developer, and I'm going to be mixing this in a little mixing bowl. I like my mixing consistency to kind of be a little thick, but also a little thin. I sometimes like it to be a little thin because I like it to run through the lace a little bit. Sometimes a little bit on the edges, just a little bit, because I just feel like it just blends better with my scalp. But this takes a lot of practice, so you really have to figure out what's really for you. Like I always say, I'm not a professional hairstylist, so it just really takes a lot of practice. So I'm going to be taking that bleach, and I'm going to just be putting that inside of the cap. Now, once it's all done, it should look like this. The most important part for me is the hairline area and the edges. And I let that sit for about like 25 to 30 minutes. And once it's done, you're gonna wash it out. And as you can see, the inside of my lace is super yellow. That means the knots are bleached. Now, this doesn't happen with every wig, because sometimes laces are different. So if you are doing this at home or by yourself, it might not look like this for you. But the best way I can tell you to check is by parting it and seeing if it just looks like real hair. If it looks like a real scalp to you and you're satisfied with it, then so be it. So that's why you see me here checking so many times and just like parting it, because I'm just trying to make sure that it's just what I want. So now I'm going to be dyeing my hair, and honestly, I'm just using box dye for this process because I was too lazy to go to a regular beauty supply store. So I just went to a pharmacy and I just got the Garnier Jet Black hair dye. And honestly, this is a no-brainer. It comes with instructions and it's super easy to do. It also comes with gloves inside, which I actually forgot. I had purchased some. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing my hair jet black because I just really love jet black hair on me. I feel like it makes my features stand out a lot more, like my eyebrows and just like my cheekbones and my lips. And I don't know, sometimes brown hair, it kind of makes me look a little like blank, kind of like if you don't contour your makeup or anything like that. It almost feels like that for me. So I really love when my hair is like super duper dark. So I'm just taking that hair dye and just rubbing it in. Honestly, I'm really not doing any type of method to it. I'm not being like professional, which I'm not a professional. And I'm also just not being super clean. I'm honestly just rubbing it and literally everywhere. Now, I did actually get super nervous about this hair dye because I thought that it was gonna like tint the lace, but this is hair dye. It's not fabric tint. So I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna just let it sit. I'm not gonna worry about that. Whenever I get to the part where if I might need to tint the lace a different color, I'll just get there. So I let it sit for about 30 minutes, and as you can see, I'm washing it out. And yeah, I actually probably would use a different dye next time because this one is a little drying. But this is just all I could really get my hands on at the moment. So come to find out, I actually wasn't satisfied with how I tinted the knots. So I'm like, you know what? I need to do it again. I didn't feel like all of the knots got bleached on the sides. It got bleached in the middle, but not really on the sides. So I was like, you know what? I need to do it again. Also around the edges as well, like where the hairline would be. It didn't really get it too much. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to just do it one more time and we're going to see how it goes. I'm going to leave it on a little longer. And so I did. So after leaving it on for about 25 minutes, as you can see, it is a little lighter. This is obviously because I did 2 sessions of bleaching, which is a lot. And I'm using the comb to comb back the hair just because I want to look at the hairline and make sure that I'm really satisfied. And as you can see, it looks like a scalp. Now, this is what I always go for and always want. I thought I got that in the first session, but sometimes you got to do a second one, and it is totally okay. So today we're working with my real hair. I recently did my natural hair, and I left it out for about 3 to 4 days or whatever. Let it breathe a little bit. It was time to do my braids over. So I'm going to be doing my braids, and I usually do my own braids, and sometimes I do them where the bottom is really thick. But this time I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do a different method and make them a little tinier. So I'm parting my hair down the middle. I don't do perfect braids like I say all the time. I'm not a professional, so I don't really know how to do things perfect. I just do what works for me. So I'm parting my hair and I'm working with one side. I can only work with one side of my head at once. Honestly, it's a lot. And this is the width that I'm going to be doing my braids. And to braid, I'm going to be using some edge booster, edge control. And I feel like this is going to really help me snatch my braids, because sometimes I don't snatch them that good and my braids will get really thick under my wigs to where my headless looks super big. And of course, braiders actually use this stuff to braid, but I'm going to be using it to braid for under my wig. I have so much hair that I have to really work to lay it super flat. So the edge control is really gonna help me. If you're tender-headed, let me know down below in the comments, because so am I, girl. Even when I do my own hair, it still hurts sometimes. Oh my god, you guys, look, I literally did a feed-in braid and I didn't even realize it until I looked. But look at how snatched that braid is. The edge control really does help me. This is actually my first time using it. I used it once by accident because I had to braid my kitchen because it was sticking out under my wig, and it literally held the braid for so freaking long. I was like, okay, wait, I gotta use edge control the next time. So now I'm using it, and literally my hair and braids are so flat. They're usually flat, but not this flat. It's very different. So I'm super excited that I took into consideration to use that. And I was braiding for about an hour and 30 minutes. Gosh, it was so long. So this is how my braids look. Super duper, super flat. I'm so excited about them. I was super proud of myself because I managed to make that one little braid really small in the back, which is something that I used to struggle with. But I'm getting my wig prepared and I am going to start plucking it. So when I pluck, I like to have the hairline wet because you can kind of see a little bit more. And I got the tip from Aaliyahjay to do it on the leg, but for some odd reason I just couldn't do it. So I was like, let me just put on a wig head. I usually do it on a wig head, but I tried to do it on the leg. It just didn't work this time. So I'm like, all right, let me just do my normal thing and put it on a wig head. And I did that. It just feels much better to me and just much more comfortable. And I feel like I can see the structure of the hairline much more. I want to keep that same structure because that's how it will look natural. So I'm hair parting the hairline, and I'm parting just a little bit in the front. This is going to be the baby hairs, and I don't want to pluck those. So I'm just parting that, and I'm going to put that away. And I'm going to pluck everything else behind that. So as I said, I like the hairline wet. So I have a cup that I kind of dip my comb in just to make sure that I'm combing some water into the hairline. As you can see, you can just see it much easier. I don't know. It's very easy to do it when the hairline is wet. So now I'm going to take some tweezers, and you want to make sure you have a really good pair of tweezers that's not flimsy, because when it's flimsy, you're not going to be able to snatch the hair the way you need to. And you want to start plucking away. Now, the biggest tip that I've ever learned with plucking is to not stay in the same spot when you're plucking. When you pluck, you want to move around, move back and forth. So that's what I'm doing. And as you can see, it's literally a huge difference. Honestly, it doesn't take me that long to pluck, but I'm also not that good. So here's how it's looking after. This is after plucking, and this was before plucking. So huge difference, right? I know, it's like crazy, honestly. Like, I'm getting pretty good at this, but you know, practice. You have to just keep practicing. I'm actually super happy that I know how to do my own hair now, because I don't have to wait on anyone. I don't have to call on anyone. It's just so convenient to know how to do your own hair. So I highly recommend everyone just like learning these little steps, because it does take you a long way. So now I'm going to be tinting the lace to match my skin tone. I'm going to be using the Ebon, I believe that's how you pronounce it. And this is the tinted lace. And I'm going to put the colors down below that I'm going to be using. But I absolutely love, love, love this stuff, okay? If anyone is ever looking for a lace tint, I highly, highly, highly recommend this one, because it's made for fabric. It sticks on. It doesn't take forever to dry. It just is so freaking good. So now I'm going to be taking my EAP heat blow dryer, and I'm going to be using this on a high setting, and I'm going to be blow drying the inside just to make sure I reinforce that lace tint. I love this blow dryer so much. All the products and tools that I'm going to be using is going to be listed down below, by the way, you guys. So don't forget to check the description box, because I'm going to be using a whole bunch of other stuff moving forward. So now that I tinted the lace, plucked the lace, and did everything, I am going to put it on my head to see how it looks. And honestly, I love it so much. It looks super real. Honestly, if it wasn't for that little piece of lace like right around my eyes, you wouldn't even know that a lace was even on there. So I'm super happy with it. So the hair that I'm wearing is a Kendra's Boutique HD lace wig, and this is a loose wave, and this is a 26-inch. I absolutely love the HD lace wigs. So I'm going to be cutting some flaps into the lace. This is going to help me glue my sections. And sometimes I like to work in sections, sometimes I don't. It just really depends on how the lace is shaped and just what's happening in the moment, I guess. I'm going to be using some Ghost Bond lace glue. This is the only lace glue that I really like as of right now. I do type of, kind of switch it up a little bit. But as of right now, I'm using this one. So I'm going to be using the back of like a razor, because it's super flat and it just helps me get my layers really flat. So I'm putting one layer, and I'm going to be putting about 3 layers on here. So this is one layer. This is layer 2. And then this is layer 3. So now that all of the layers are on, I'm going to be just putting down that lace wig flap by flap, which is just going to help me, just navigate where my lace should lay. I don't want it too far up and I don't want it too far back. So that's what the flaps are really for. So as I put the flaps down, I'm going to be using the comb to really like reinforce that lace and the glue to stick together. I don't like to use my hands, because sometimes my hands might have hair products or oils on it, which changes the color of the lace and the glue mixed together, and then it's like so many imperfections showing. So I highly recommend to just use a comb or something super clean to push down on that lace into the glue. So now once the glue is kind of dry a little bit, I like to cut the lace a little shorter than what it was. Not all the way short, but I like to cut it with scissors just a little shorter, just to see how it's going to blend on my forehead. And then once I feel like it's going to blend really good, I like to take that same eyebrow razor and cut that extra lace off. So when you use an eyebrow razor, I said this actually in a video before, and a lot of people took that tip and really applied it to them doing their hair, and they said that it really did work. So I'm going to repeat it here. So when you use that eyebrow razor, it creates an uneven line, which blends better than using a scissor that cuts a straight line. So when you cut any straight line, think about even for your hair, your actual hair. When you cut a straight line and you're trying to blend it with weave, it's going to show. If your hair is uneven and you're trying to blend it with weave, it's going to not show. It's going to blend in super nice. So that's kind of the same concept, but with lace. And then I like to take this little pin that I saved, and I think it was just from like a comb or something like that, a rat tail comb, and I like to use that and take a little bit of glue on there and just get it all up in them little creases that I wasn't able to get. So, you know, sometimes doing lace is a tedious job, so you have to really take your time and just have a lot of patience. So now that I've did basically the front of my head, I'm going to work on the sides. I honestly just put glue there and then just push my lace down, and I make sure that I do the same exact process actually. And I do have a lot of lace in my hand, which you can't see, so I'm super excited about that because you really can't see the lace. And I'm just doing the process on each side. So now it's time to blend a little more. So the lace is already like amazing, as you can see, but I'm going to be blending just a little bit more, and I'm going to be taking my, what brand is this? Oh, Benefit bronzer, and this is in the color Caramel. So I literally use this all the time on my lace. I use this for my face. I use this for everything, you guys. Okay, so I laid it down. A couple of hours later, I'm going to take off this wrap, and this is how it's looking so far. So I'm going to be taking out where my baby hairs are going to be, and we're going to be working on my baby hairs. So I'm just taking enough hair out to cut, and whatever I'm not going to use, I'm just going to push back. It's really no biggie. But as you can see, I'm twisting that away because I'm just going to like put that in a little clip until I'm able to, you know, kind of see everything I got on my hands, and then I'm going to put my hair back. So next, I'm going to be taking my EAP Heats hot comb, and I'm going to be using this to really flatten out those hairs that I'm going to be using as baby hairs. So the meaning for this is because when you're doing your baby hairs, you want them to sit a certain way. If they're not sitting that way, they're just going to continuously flip back. So I'm going to be using the Kendra's Boutique wax stick, and this is going to help me lay down those baby hairs with that EAP hot comb. As you can see, it's starting to like really like lay down super sleek. I really like that. So this razor is really my best friend. I use it for literally everything when I do my hair. So I'm going to be using it to shape that baby hair, I guess you can say. Shape it, cut it, whatever. And then next, I'm going to be shaping my baby hairs. So as you can see, my baby hairs are curled. My camera accidentally didn't record that part, but I did use a EAP Heats flat iron, and I used the skinny one. So I'm going to be using the Nairobi Set-In Mousse, and this is going to be helping me lay my baby hairs. And I'm going to be using a edge control brush or comb, the two-sided brush comb duo, and I'm really just going to be playing with my baby hairs. Honestly, you guys, this takes me about 2 hours. Not 2 hours, okay, I dragged it. Maybe about an hour. And I honestly like go back and forth between each side of my baby hairs, and I just like play with it for like an hour just so I could get it right. I was really looking forward to having like that curly effect, so that's why I keep like twisting it and turning it, and you know, just making sure I'm shaping it to really what I want. It's really all about manipulating the hair and just making it do what you want it to do. You have to really make sure that you are controlling the hair and the hair is not controlling you. Honestly, that's really what it's all about. But as you can see, I did my baby hairs on both sides, and I super duper love it. So now I'm going to take the EAP Heat Protectant Spray, and this has like a built-in shine in it. It's like so good, and it's like a weightless oil, and I absolutely love it, and it just smells so good. I've been using this for about like a month now, and honestly, it's just really amazing. I'm taking that hot comb that I was using again, and I'm going to wear my hair back because it's the holidays, and I just want that baby doll look, you know? It's not time for mullets anymore and shags. I just want to be like really simple this holiday. So I'm also going to be using that Kendra's Boutique wax stick, and I'm going to be using that to really make sure that my hairline is super laid, and I'm going to be laying it down with the hot comb. So as you can see, it like just creates that shine. It just makes it super flat. And honestly, this looks like my hair. There's nothing you can tell me. This is my hair. Okay, so far this is what it's looking like, what it's giving you guys. Let me know down below in the comments what you think about it so far. And so I'm going to be curling this hair. Like I said, I just want that soft, pretty baby doll look. So I'm going to be using my EAP Heats Hot Curler. And I'm just going to be curling my hair. It's really no technique to what I'm doing. Honestly, I'm curling the curls any type of way. I don't have any layers in this hair, so I'm honestly just curling the ends. I'm not curling it all the way up because I'm planning on wearing a headband later. So I've been using the EAP Heats Hot Tools for a while now. If you guys watch some of my old videos, you guys will see them show up in a lot of my videos. I really love these. And so EAP Heats actually gave me a discount code for you guys. I don't get any commission off of the discount code, but I got it for you guys because I love it so much. So you can use my discount code Aaliyah at checkout. You can get 40% off on Black Friday and Cyber Monday, and you can get literally anything you want using my name at checkout. So this is what my hair was looking like that night. I absolutely love it. And with me all dressed up, this is what it's looking like. Let me know what you guys think, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. I super duper love this hair, and if you want to see more hair videos, let me know down below, or give this video a thumbs up. It really helps, and it lets me know what type of content you guys like. And yeah, I hope you guys love this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.